All right. Welcome to the Outliers NDL. It's me, Doc, with Vic and our coach of the week, Mort. How you guys doing?
Doing good, doing good. You?
Can't complain. Steelers won yesterday, so I'm in good spirits.
I'd be doing better if I was 3-1 right now. But you live and learn.
Understandable.
And so, all right. So week 3 and 4 are in the books, so that would be block 2 for all those who are counting. So let's take a look at the top 25. What did the G5 do in the top 25, Vic?
Well, we got a new entry in there in UConn.
Yes.
And UConn in there. We both predicted that UConn would be in there, and they are in there. How do you think UConn gonna go undefeated?
If I were to bet, I would say yes. I I think again, I think he knows that team well enough that he can run the table with them.
It's going to be tough. He's got to go at Colorado State, who is about as bipolar as I am.
Man.
Who knocked off Oklahoma, but then lost to
on the road. Knocked off Oklahoma.
In Norman?
I believe it was in Norman. They knocked them off in Norman.
Wow.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's obviously a tough one. And then he's got Auburn late in the year. And I mean, that team has a lot of talent on it. That's going to be a more talented team than UConn.
Yeah, that is going to be a more talented team. And AU Tiger is going to have a lot of pride if he's going against like his wing goal or anything like that. He's going to have a lot of pride going into that game.
Yeah, that's that's a tough game. Like, you know what I mean? I think that, but again, he knows the team enough that I feel like it's the perfect fit. It's the kind of the perfect storm, so to speak, where he will be able to take those challenges and be comfortable doing it. Not like you're just playing with a team that you don't know. Like, here's the one, like when he plays, this is the team he uses, and like I said, if I was a betting man, I would have no problem putting money down on that he would. He may lose one, but he's going to be up there come the, in my view, he'll come up, he'll be there when it comes to the end.
And to fact check it, yes, Colorado State beat OU at OU.
He does get Auburn in Connecticut, so he's not having to go on the road to that Auburn stadium. So that'll help him out.
Yeah, it will help him out. The other team we have, of course, is Central Michigan in the top 25. They're doing good so far, cruising so far. As we asked him last week, and we'll ask Mort and let Mort start us off. Do you think he's gonna go to the CFP this year?
That's such a tough question. And I say that just because is this the year he doesn't let us down? I love Chip.
Yeah.
But that MAC championship has just tripped him up so much.
It really has.
A game against Jordan and Louisiana, and that's going to be a tough fight.
Do you think we will have a G6 team in the playoff this year? I do.
Yeah. Wait. Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah. Good.
Do they not have the auto bid anymore still? Or is that out?
Yeah, they still have the auto bid. Yeah, they do. But it still will be a worthy one if, just to reroute the question, it'll be a worthy G6 opponent. Like we got Dave at UConn and Chip at Central Michigan and MJ Kemp, who's the other ranked team with Liberty. All strong schools, all like previously strong in previous games as well. So, well, except for UConn, but UConn, that's a different case. But those other two have proven to be strong before in past games. So I don't see a world. I really don't see a world where Chip trip up this year. Maybe the Miami of Ohio guy, because he is getting everybody right now. But
Yep.
other than that, I don't really see him being tripped up.
Do you see anybody else entering in?
I mean, right now in the American, you've got North Texas and UTSA that are both undefeated,
Yeah.
but they're gonna face each other.
What about
So they're gonna knock
UNLV?
one of them off.
They got a big one with North Dakota State this upcoming weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I love Hubbard, but I don't know if he can take them undefeated and hang all the way through. That's such a tall ask.
And I say that because the Mountain West
Is he?
is
It's pretty.
you know, I don't think I think with the Mountain West schedule he wouldn't make it. But I think he's one of those teams though. If somebody does slip up, could. But that's one of the teams that I'm keeping my eye out on just because of the conference itself, especially if he beats North Dakota State. Then,
but if you've got a one-loss UConn, is he going to be able to jump them even if he's undefeated?
Probably not.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
So I think that he's just going to have such a tough road to. He's got to go undefeated, and then he's going to have
He got so many determining factors. Like he got to have UConn have 2 losses. He got to have Chip slip up. He got to have Kemp slip up. You got to have the winner of the American go 10-2. Like you got to have like 4 or 5 dominoes fall before he can step in place into the CFP.
Yeah, and I don't disagree. I just I kind of look at what he's done. I mean, he's scored 177 points in 4 games. He averages 44 points a game. He's given up 23 on average, and he's played some decent coaches. Shark at Hawaii, Wobbles, Drew, Neil, who has some good wins. You know what I mean? So like he's beat 4 good.
Yeah.
He beat 4 good.
So you just had to bring up Neil, didn't you?
Sorry.
Just catching sprays all over the place.
But I mean,
man.
so like if you look at those teams, and I mean, while they're not UConn's schedule, but when you're putting points on people, I think that's and if you look at the others receiving votes, you have UNLV has 162, UTSA has 172 other receiving votes. So like and then what surprises me is North Texas. They only got 175, but they have more votes than UTSA and UNLV.
And that right now, that's probably reputation more than anything.
Yeah,
and that's a really good team. But speaking of UNLV, they do have they can end the season with a bang because they are playing Washington State.
Yeah.
And Lick, if he can roll, that could be a pretty big game at the end of the season.
That kind of changes your outlook on a little bit on UNLV.
So Jeremy might have one that he can snatch there at the end.
Yeah.
Speaking of, everything about the teams and who could be in the CFP and everything like that, what G16 has been the most impressive so far through 2 blocks?
Oof. I'm gonna say UNLV. Like, if you're talking about surprise team, like, did you think that they would be in the first 2 blocks? I didn't think UNLV would be 4-0 and then win the way they done. So I would have to say UNLV. I think everybody knows UConn. I think everybody knows, Liberty. Like, none of that's a surprise. So if we're talking about true surprises, I would have to say UNLV.
I think that's a fair answer. I'd agree with that.
I would go, man. I would maybe call it recency bias, but I would go with Colorado State.
Yeah, that's a good choice too.
Like, if they could somehow win out, you can't get any better win than beating Oklahoma at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That's an impressive win right there. Another surprise team so far is FIU. They put it on FAU earlier this week, and that was to my surprise. I did not think that the result was going to happen in that way. Like, Rain wasn't in it throughout. Like, he never was in it throughout that whole game. It was just an uphill battle that he could not overcome. And I was very surprised by that.
Wow.
I wasn't able to see that one, but the result was definitely surprising.
The gameplay was surprising as well. Like, it matched the score. The gameplay matched the score. It was just like, wow, I didn't know that this was going to happen like that. And that's big towards FAU because that's a rivalry game. That's rivalry points that they are missing out on now.
Yeah.
So, what about? So y'all both agree that UNLV is the most impressive team for you guys?
Yeah.
I think how they're winning and not just.
I think none of the games are close.
Playing just yet. Like, he's locked in so far.
Yeah. He beat Hawaii 60-27, Western Kentucky 33-16, Southern Miss 39-24, and Texas State 45-28.
I mean, you could probably also say the same thing about. No, if we're talking surprise, is that North Dakota State team good on paper?
They all right. They all right for Mountain West standards. Yes, they're pretty good because, like, that conference is pretty weak.
Right.
So yeah, they would be talent-wise, like on paper, talent-wise, they're like the second or third best team in the conference.
That may be one reason I don't know them. I think I looked at their win goal and just noped out of that real quick.
So there's 75. There's 75 overall, 75 offense, 75 defense. So
I think that would be second to UNLV overall wise. So yeah, like I said, depending on what you think of Texas State in real life, both in the game and possibly in real life, North Dakota State will be the second best team in the conference on paper.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it is impressive, especially because it's a new school and everything like that. So, this is their first year in FBS. And if they do win the conference their first year, that would be very impressive.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And they have, well, actually, New Mexico is better than they are. New Mexico's a 76 with a 77 offense and a 76 defense. So North Dakota State is like the third. Well, of the three,
Yeah.
yeah, like they're third.
Yeah.
But I think, I just, when you look at it, I see UNLV, how they're winning, who they've beaten. I think that, that's a surprise. I thought for sure he might have lost the game. I thought Neal would have beat him. I thought Shark might have been able to beat him with Hawaii, but it's just those are 4 big wins in the way he's winning. You can't take that away from him.
All right. So, reviewing the past week in our games of the week, we're going to start off with New Mexico and San Diego State. San Diego State did take the victory. The defense for the Aztecs stood out as they created turnovers and stopped the run. The final score was 28-10. Did you guys see the game? And if so, what are your thoughts about what happened?
I did not see the game, but I did look the game up, and Big Z did everything that he does, right? He controls
Right?
the ball, doesn't turn those things over, and he plays good defense. So that's just, you know, when you play him and just trying to get those things to stop him and trying to get, his running game to slow down, or you try to get, and he even sprinkles in the pass enough that you have to respect it.
I mean, I didn't see it either, but again, just looking at the stats, you can see he shut down New Mexico's rushing attack. And then, like you said, passing wise, he averaged 12, 13 yards per attempt. So that's every time he's dropping back.
Yeah.
He's picking up a first down.
Yeah.
The passing game seems to be clicking for the Aztecs this year in this game.
Yeah. But I mean,
oh, that's a good running back name, Lucky Sutton.
Yeah. But you have to respect that his run game, because he's very, he's good at it. Like his starting back had 6, his second back he averaged 8 yards a carry. So, there's got to be some respect in that. But when you're throwing the ball around and you only throw 7 incompletes the whole game, there's, that's a tough stop.
I mean, if you compare them, they both were 12 of 19.
Yeah.
But Z had 100 more yards, was 3 touchdowns to no interceptions, whereas, Outlaw was 0 with 1 interception.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to win a game like that.
That is very true.
Definitely hard to win a game like that. The next game we got up is Arkansas State versus Oregon State. That was Quest versus Arby Sauce. This was a turnover field game. Arkansas State could not get it going offensively at all. Arkansas State ran the option to a T, it seems like, from his comments in the live chat. But the run game was very unstoppable for Oregon State, and Arkansas State prevailed 27-7. What are you guys' thoughts on this game?
That was the one last night where he was unhappy in the chat, right?
Yeah, about the pitches, and he was able to pitch it perfectly.
Oh, we had a little crash out
there. Yeah, he did do that. Yeah.
As someone who pitched an interception today in a scrimmage, I'm going to say, you know what? It's not 100% perfect. It's a little flawed.
Yeah, but I think
I
too.
can understand that.
I think too, though, there are people like Quest is an option guy. He had Army for the longest time. He knows how to run that offense. So if when you have practice at pitching the ball, you know exactly when to pitch it. And yeah, it kind of sucks, but when you play somebody that runs that type of offense, it makes it hard to defend. Like,
For sure.
look at Steam, right? Perfect example at Navy. He runs that, and he runs that option really well.
He does.
I scrimmaged them, and I wanted to throw my controller through the wall because every time I had his quarterback, like dead to rights, the ball never felt like it was going through my guy's back. Like it was the perfect pitch at the perfect time. And there's people that can just do that, and it's frustrating as hell.
I scrimmage Steam as well, and to that point, the number of times that I would attack the quarterback and then veer off to the running back expecting the pitch, he would always hold it.
Yeah.
It's like he knew when I was going to break off.
Yep. And that's the thing. It's those people that run this type of offense. They know exactly how to run it, and you can't be mad at it. You just kind of, you're mad at yourself because, you're not making the adjustments in the game or whatever. But like the pitches that you could be mad at are the ones where you have the quarterback and all of a sudden it's a perfect pitch as he's going to the ground. But a lot of like Quest and those guys that run this offense, they know how to do it, and it can be frustrating.
And I think we should also give Quest credit because this was not like a tight game where he was just keeping drives alive with the pitch.
Right.
He smothered Oregon State.
Yeah.
Oregon State had 40 yards rushing and 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
And only 181 yards passing.
Yeah. So the defense smothered them. The defense smothered them throughout.
Yeah.
This was much more of a defensive game than it was an option offense game.
Yeah. And I know what it's like having Oregon State, so I know, they don't show up. So I'm just saying.
A little PTSD for Doc.
Yeah.
Little PTSD.
Every week it seems to come up, but I'll get over it one day. But yeah, I think that, when you play good defense like that and you control the game by running the football, yeah, super fun. And especially in the game now, because running is so predominant and it can be frustrating because you're trying to stop somebody. And I know they've calmed the blocking down a little bit, but like playing in a game today, I was playing Miami and Pitt in one of my dynasties, and the Miami receivers were killing the Pitt defensive backs down the field. And it's like, come on, like that's frustrating, right? But that's where it can get frustrating when you're getting beat defensively and you can't do anything offensively. Then you're looking for reasons because I know I was today. As to why I can't do anything. And then I would see like the wide receiver decleating my safety and just being like, what can you do? You can't do anything. So I just blame EA. But that's all you can do. I don't blame the person I'm playing because they're only playing within the rules of, they're playing with what the game gives them. And Miami's wide receivers must be so strong that they can knock defensive backs over when they run. I don't know. So that's just where the game comes in on that. But I mean,
at some point you just have to say this is what we're playing with.
Yeah. And we can all be frustrated by it, So, and momentum in this game too is like in my game against San Jose State, I was beating them by I think 17 in the first half. And he came out in the third quarter. He got the ball, and 4 straight drives. I didn't even get a first down.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got a touchdown and a touchdown. And then I finally scored. And then I finally scored again, and it's like, where did the San Jose State team come from? Like, this is not the team that was here in the first half. I don't know if they went in and they took a steroid bath and they were able, like, but I just couldn't do anything, and his defense was killing me. And it's just
that was my experience versus Miami of Ohio, where I was up 20-3, and through here's a public service announcement: when you're up 20-3, don't call a pass play with funky routes that you've never called before, because you might throw a pick six and flip the momentum.
There is a 99.9% chance you will throw a pick six.
Do not do that. Just run inside zone 3 times and punt and play ball control.
Yeah.
See, I had that in the reverse direction. So I was playing Marine and I was up 28 to 10, and he had the ball for the whole third quarter. I look up and it was 3 minutes left, and I say, he still has the ball. And
Are you serious?
like, I'm dead serious.
Oh my
I'm
God.
dead serious. I was like, because I had the ball first in the game, so he had the ball coming out of half and just killed me. And I was just like, he is going up and down this field. I can't stop the run game right now. But I got a fumble. So this is my first possession of the second half. I drive the field. I get to like the 30, and it's 4th and 2. And I said, I've been walked down so many times in this game in the past month since it came out. I'm going to be aggressive and go for it. And I did, and I got it. And then, like a play later, I got a touchdown. And it ended up being 35-10. But it was like, if I didn't get that 4th down, or if I punted it, I felt like the momentum was just going to shift.
Mm-hmm. It'll get you.
It'll definitely get you. The next game, speaking of momentum, Georgia State versus Toledo. This was Vic Tim and Football Kelly. It was 31-23 as a final. It was a close game throughout, but Georgia State shut down the run entirely and shut down the offense in the fourth quarter, holding Toledo to only 3 points in the fourth quarter. What are you guys' thoughts on this game?
Go ahead, Mort.
Well, I was not able to see it, so I don't have much I can share. I have heard, Vic Tim is someone who always gets out there and is going to snatch somebody. I know he's got that reputation.
Yep.
And I mean, Football Kelly's been at Toledo for a couple seasons now, right? He's kind of sitting on them.
The whole version
I think
of
it's
26.
Yeah. So
This
I think
is
it's
4
fourth season.
seasons.
Yeah.
So this is one of those situations where, he's comfortable. He knows what he's doing. He's been playing well. And Victim just reached up there and snatched him.
Yeah. He really shut down the run game. I thought Kelly would be more focused on the run game than he was. He ended up having to throw a lot more than he probably wanted to. But Tim was really able to get, he was able to control the ball. He had 172 yards rushing. Didn't make many mistakes as far as that goes. So I think he got Kelly out of his comfort zone in that run game and made things. He ran the ball 28 times for 100 yards. And he's been running the ball really well. So you get out of your comfort zone, and it's tough.
You want a crazy stat from that game? 172 rushing yards and 12 first downs.
Wow.
Like, Football Kelly and Toledo had 21 first downs. Like, he was moving the ball. He just wasn't able to keep up score-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, just got shut down in the fourth quarter. And that's what Vic Tim will do to you. He'll definitely put a couple drives together and just completely shut down your whole offense. What is it? What is it like playing a game where someone shuts down one phase of your offense?
It's terrible. I mean, especially when you don't have a team that can, like with UCLA, I'm sure if somebody shut down your run, you'd still be able to pass and feel pretty comfortable, right? With Fresno
Yeah.
State, you shut down my run, I am not comfortable throwing the ball. I mean, I'll still do it because I enjoy it, and I'll be damned if I throw interceptions. But like, it makes the game a little bit tougher. And I don't know how Marshall is, Mort, but I'm sure it's the same way, right? Somebody shuts down your run game and you're left to throw, or vice versa. It's tough on the G6 teams.
I mean, my reality is I shut down my own run game more often than someone else does.
That's
I'll run into the linebacker in the gap, or I'll just go back because it happened this week. It was a game this week, but Miami of Ohio, I was running the ball really well and went, hey, why don't I just start passing it? Why do you do that?
and it's the one thing that I've really learned this year that I think that was more than anything, I kind of learned it last year with Colorado State, right? If the run works, run until they stop you. Don't throw the ball because you don't feel like you're using your playbook, or your coach's reports are going to reflect that you don't mix things up. Well, if there's 700 plays in your playbook, right? Like, there's different runs, run out of different formations, but like, it's the one thing that I started realizing, that you kind of have to just, if it's running that you're doing and it's working, run. If throwing is working and that's what you're doing, throw. And
Yeah,
I
that's
think,
what I had to do for 2 seasons at West Virginia. Run, and more run.
yeah, and that's what I've kind of like gotten myself out of, is like, oh, you got to mix it up. And it's like, yeah, you got to mix it up. Just mix up your formations and continue to run the ball. If that's what's working. If you can't stop me from running, why am I throwing? Because then you get the pick six and then that momentum changes. Just continue to, like, I'm feeding Rashawn Luke the ball no matter what, whether it's out of the backfield or whether it's a run. He's eating. And
you also have nobody else.
that's true too. I got another running back, but he's not as good.
He's not Luke. He's not Luke.
Rashawn Luke is just a difference maker in that conference, because if he gets the edge, nobody's catching him. And so I swing passes, screen passes, whatever I can do, wheels, anything that I can do to get him the ball. That's what I try to do, and run the ball. But I've gotten out of, like, that's what I've tried to force myself in doing this year. I didn't do it against Lewis because in South Florida, because we just play each other so much and he frustrates me, that I'm just like, screw it, I'm throwing. You know what I mean? Even if I have success running the ball, I'm still throwing because I know he's throwing and I got to keep up with him. And instead of just slowing the game down, I just try to keep up with them. And I can't win games that way. So it's basically playing within the frame of what your team can do.
Me going a little bit behind the curtain with me and how I play. I just scheme it up. Like, I know I'm gonna figure it out in the scrimmages and in the cup. That's why I say the cup is important.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to figure it out, what I have on both sides of the ball. And I prepare accordingly in the season and try to scheme up a way to use my best strengths against your greatest weakness.
Yeah.
And sometimes it comes out glorious and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. That's true.
And sometimes you throw a pick on third down when the field goal is right there. in overtime. But, it's okay. It's all right. So the next game we have is Colorado State versus South Florida, which is a crazy
South
result.
Alabama.
Yeah, South Alabama. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right.
And it's a crazy result because of what happened with Colorado State, but South Alabama gets to win 31-24. What are you guys' thoughts on this game? And did this game motivate the Oklahoma game?
It might have. You know, um, I, I really enjoyed the Colorado State team last year, and I was actually thinking about keeping them, or just redrafting them when they came back around. But I enjoyed them, and I think this is one of those teams that are sneaky good. I mean, I went 6-6 with them last year. Um, so it's one of those teams that I think that they're good enough that they can pretty with the right player they can pretty much surprise anybody, and you can win some games. So the Oklahoma, I was surprised. I once that you saw that you know he he lost that game, and then Oklahoma. It's like, what happened there? And was that a one off? It was a touchdown loss, um, and that was at home. So that's you lose to South Alabama at home, and then you go to Oklahoma and you put one on them. You know, that's
I
crazy.
think that's motivation meets overlooking unprepared opponent.
Yeah.
Like, I'm wondering if Chrome was just like, I got to deal with the SEC. I'm not even scouting this team. My boys can just push them around. And I scrimmaged that Colorado State team in the preseason, and he's feisty.
Yeah.
UF knows how to work that team.
They got a really good running back who's really strong, breaks a lot of tackles. I think he has like an 89 break tackle or something like that. I mean, he can break some tackles. So.
And their quarterback Hejny he doesn't throw deep well, but
he'll pick you apart across
very
the middle.
mobile.
Yeah. And those short passes, very good at that.
Mort, have you ever had something that happened like that where you lost to someone and you played somebody that same day and was highly motivated to win?
I think, yeah. I mean, I can't off the top of my head just point to it because I really try not to play two games back to back or in the same day. But I think if you lose a game, you're going one of two directions, and it's either all hope is lost or you zone in and lock in, because don't get beat twice by the first game.
Yeah.
If you go into game two just expecting all the bad stuff to happen, because we've all played this, we know you can go into halftime and you can be up 21-3 and come out and it's a pick six and a fumble on a kickoff return, and suddenly it's 21-20 and all the momentum has swung the other way. And so every game, every quarter, every half, everything can just flip on you at any time. So you have to be locked in. It doesn't matter if you're playing Oklahoma or Tulsa or South Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really haven't had instances where I played two games in one day. I may have, and just forgot, but I can't remember any instances where I had two games in one day or two games within a 24-hour period.
It's rough. It's draining.
I'll say the most motivated I ever was. Two of the times I was most motivated was when I was at Sam Houston playing Iowa State at Iowa State, because I knew I could get that team and was so close, was 2 yards short of doing that. But and then the other one was against Colorado my first year, West Virginia. A lot of stuff was tied into that. One goal conference goal, better slot in the draft, possibly. Everything was on the line with that one, and I put my all into that game. The next game that we have was played today, and that was Memphis versus Boise State. If you listen to the Outliers last week, we predicted not only to take the points, but to take the money line for Memphis. And we cashed again. Me and Doc, we are experts at this. Just trust us. Just trust us. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Is listen
So
to
Boise was favored in that one?
Boise was highly favored at the time. At the time of recording the show last week, Boise was 1,100 favorites.
Yeah.
Ooh.
At least 1,100. And it grew a little bit and then it died down. I call it when it grew up some more, it was like plus 4,000 at one point. It grew high. And so I took the money line there because Doc say take the money line. If you're going to take the points, take the money line. So I did on NDL show up, and voila, 38-17 was the final. Memphis did take it, and they completely shut down Boise State's run game. If you know iRock gonna run, and then run. So NTX definitely shut down Boise State's run game completely and took over in the second half offensively. What are you guys' thoughts on this game?
So I didn't see it, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't. It kind of surprises me, but it doesn't because, like I said, I picked Memphis
I was just about to say
to
that
be
doesn't
in there.
surprise you at all. Yeah,
No,
you.
and like I said, I just feel like that team is such a good fit for him that I don't see like I know IROC has, and it's the same thing, right? That I talked about. He's had Boise State. He knows that team. It, but it just shows here that Memphis may be the pick in the Conference USA. Like, I mean, not the Conference USA, but the American. But yeah, like that's just the way I see it.
He is making your preseason pick turn into gold right now.
And everybody laughed at me. I saw the comments in the chat. That's okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But you was confident.
I think Chip even said, "Are you kidding?" or "What?"
He did.
Question mark, question mark,
did.
question mark. But
He did.
you know, I mean, it's the season's still early, so I can't. I don't want to be too excited about it, but I think that he's going to cause a lot of trouble in that conference, and when it's all said and done, you know, we'll see.
More how you feel about the game.
I mean, I agree with just the fact that shutting down that Broncos offense is impressive. And that just shows that NTX he's focused. He knows that team. He is prepared for each opponent. And for me, he's also one of I didn't want to list it earlier as the shock of the year because I know y'all had them as potential American winner, but the way he started the season has definitely been a surprise to me. But he's locked in and he's got that team rolling.
And we always say not to put a jinx on or nothing like that. But we also say in the beginning of the season, like in real life, he's been on such a roll of bad luck in previous seasons that eventually it was going to turn around. Not saying this game was lucky because he dominated, but later on in the season, he's probably going to face adversity or he's going to have to face a comeback or hold on to a lead, and he's going to have luck be on his side.
Yeah.
Because eventually that turns around. eventually all those close losses turn into close wins. So good for him on that one, and I'm glad that he's doing good. That's my guy right there. So I'm definitely glad that he's doing good and undefeated so far. Do you think he'll be ranked in his next poll after this showing today?
I don't think so, not yet.
I agree.
I think he will. I think he will.
Really?
Think he will. Yeah, think he will. I think it was such an impressive showing that it's going to leave a lasting impact. And the fact that he is undefeated as well. So,
Wow.
I think we got too many undefeated G6s right now for him to be able to. They may all cannibalize each other's votes, though.
they may. And he may just
UNC 3-0, UTSA's 4-0. You got Liberty at 3-0.
North Texas.
Yeah. UConn. Yeah. Navy.
And, that's like what we talked about.
Navy got
Navy's
lost.
1-2.
Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry.
But
That's
what
kind
we
of a
talked
surprise
about in
that
that
seems
first
there.
show. That's what we talked about in the first show, Vic, was how these teams are gonna they're gonna get their wins, but eventually we're gonna start seeing here in the fourth block, the fifth block, the sixth block, who's gonna come out, it's gonna start taking shape now. Because now we're starting to get into conference games, and this is where it's gonna get really interesting in these other conferences where they're just gonna sit there and they're gonna, they're going to chew on each other, and there's going to be two teams that come out of it. And this is where it's going to start to get interesting as we go on.
Well, the fun thing about the G6 is non-conference is important, but we're not worried about having to hit an 11 or a 10 win goal,
right?
Or how it's going to impact us. Are we going to be 8th, 9th, 10th in the CFP poll?
Right.
It's non-con is about figuring out your team, notching a few wins, getting comfortable, and then getting into conference where you're looking for that belt.
Yep.
Actually, and this is the first time we're going to say this point this season. We're going to reiterate it once the CFP comes out regularly. Actually, non-conference does matter for here on out when the CFP, because the one G spot that is for the G6 spot. Ooh, I said G spot.
The which spot? The which spot?
I said pause. Pause it there. The G6 spot is for the highest. The G6 spot is for the highest ranked team, no matter if they won their conference or not.
Right. But I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mort, I think what you're saying is the majority of the teams are looking to get they're getting their 4 wins and maybe getting a better draft spot to get, a better pick, a better team. And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people, come down to the G6 is to get those 4 wins and garner a better draft spot to get a better team.
For sure.
And not everybody is, MG Kemp or Rain, like that Chip, Dave, who play for these, those spots in the championship. So I think that's that's the main focus of a lot of these teams. But
I would love to have gone 12-0 or 13-0 with a conference championship and make it into the playoff. But I'm also not super excited to line up against Georgia with my Marshall squad.
Right.
That doesn't sound like a fun hour.
That's not a fun outing, not at all. Because that is basically the reward of the SEC team that didn't get a bye. That first SEC team that didn't get a bye, you're going to play in the first round.
So, speaking of Marshall, and we normally have a couple questions for our guests, so I'm going to kind of get into those before we get into anything else. But
Go right ahead.
what was your thought on Marshall? Like, was there any other teams that you were thinking, or like why Marshall?
So if we go back to draft night, I was at the NDL convention, and my thought was, I'm going to be drafting tomorrow. I don't have to worry about it tonight.
Oh.
But so I will say Marshall was on my list. Marshall was a top 5 team for me. And so when it came time to pick, I wasn't necessarily comfortable making the pick, but I was comfortable with Marshall.
Got it.
I wasn't just picking a team that I had no experience with, I hadn't scrimmaged with. So I did have at least a little bit of experience because I had considered North Texas that was available, and I hadn't played with them. I'd played against them, but I decided to go with what I knew was familiar at least, and take Marshall. What I loved about Marshall was the offense because they've got 3 receivers. They've got a solid tight end. They've got 2 good running backs, and they've got an 80 overall quarterback. And my whole focus was I can score points.
Yeah.
And I feel like in the G6, scoring points is more important than playing defense.
Yep.
So you were at the convention, right?
Yes, sir.
How drunk was you when you made your pick?
Not at all. I didn't have I think I had 1 rum or whiskey and Coke, but that was it. I'm not a heavy drinker. I don't drink much. So I was stone cold sober when I made that pick.
So you was focused. You was focused.
Pat, I can confirm Pat was not sober when he picked UTSA.
We saw that.
I think we all know. I think we all saw that.
We saw that shit. We saw that shit. He was not sober from the first pick.
Oh, we had a good time.
That's awesome.
But no, and Marshall's been really fun. I've enjoyed that despite the outcomes. I have enjoyed that team through 4 games.
So you had Oklahoma last year, and what is? I mean, outside of the difference, like, do you see? Do you when you decided that like I'm going to take Marshall for these reasons? Being in the G6 for 4 games, do you enjoy this side of the road more than that side of the road as far as the games go?
So before I answer that, I actually was at Texas Tech last year, which is where I got fired.
Oh, that's right, Texas Tech, yeah.
Which was not an enjoyable season.
Running them light practices.
I was actually I scrimmaged CG earlier today, and he doesn't like the G6 teams. He's very vocal about that. Yeah. I really enjoy playing in the G6 because you don't have to deal with a Jeremiah Smith or the LSU running backs or these incredible players with all these badges that go super cyan on you and overpower games. When you're in the G6, there's a lot more strategy. There's a lot more. I need my 73 overall defensive tackle to make a play.
Yeah.
Right now. I need him to show up. Or I need that 68 wide receiver to really hold on to this ball, even though he's got 72 catching traffic.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot more I feel like cerebral competition in you're having to work with just pawns. Like looking at chess, you just got a chessboard of pawns and maybe a rook or maybe a castle.
Yeah. There are definitely no queens or kings. That's for sure.
Unless you've got Rayshawn Luke. And then maybe you've got a queen. But that's your only thing.
Right. And it's true. So like, how do you build around that one guy, right? Like, I have a good safety. He's like an 89. So he kind of helps me out on defense, but it doesn't help that none of my corners can cover anybody. So he doesn't do anything for me back there. But he's really good at stopping the run, so that helps me.
And when you've got a Rayshon Luke, there's also the strategy of how do I get my opponent to ignore him for the play that I need to make?
Yeah.
Like, how do I take his attention off of the important guy just long enough that I can get a big play?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, are you looking to stay in the G6, or if this is one of those moves where I'm gonna get a G16, get enough wins, get enough points, and then move back up into the Power Four?
Initially, when I drafted, it was 100% trying to move back up. I don't know where I'll end up now. I'm not going to come back to Marshall. I've never stayed at the same school. I've never dynastied a team. But I couldn't tell you. There was, I forget who I talked to a couple seasons ago, but he said one of his goals, and I really liked this, was to try and win a conference championship in every conference. And so that's my goal this year. Was to win a Sun Belt title and then move somewhere else where I feel like I can win a title. So we'll see where that is.
Okay. Thinking about titles there. That's what Hubbard said was his main mentality picking UNLV. He wanted to get a conference title. So I can understand that. One of the questions that is becoming a staple on our show that we ask our guests is, who is the hardest opponent or the opponent that you don't want to face?
The opponent that I don't want to face is Jiggy.
So I would take it that would be your hardest opponent.
So, and part of that is I beat him in one of those postseason tournaments that we were just like all 75 or under teams. So I have a 1-0 against him, and I just want to keep it that way for eternity. I have a love-hate relationship with MC, with Marion County. I love playing him, but I do not have much success there. But it is a great challenge, and I always feel like I get better playing those games.
Who's the one guy that you always have on your schedule?
I don't have anyone that I've scheduled consistently. I've played Glizzy a few times. He's Pitt this year. We've played a couple games in season. I've played Texas Fan a couple times, and we've always enjoyed playing each other. And then I always enjoy playing against CG. We kind of think the same offensively, and so it adds an extra layer. Kind of, Doc, what you said earlier, playing someone you know. I think it was Texas Fan.
Yeah.
He knows what you're going to do, so there's an extra layer of thought of, okay, I've got to go left because he's going to expect me to go right.
Right.
With how you're processing things. And so since we think offensively the same way, we get real mad because he's cutting in front of the guy that I want to throw to and not taking the bait because he knows what I'm thinking.
Yeah, he knows that's exactly where I'm going.
Versa. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's been your most favorite game since you've been in the NDL?
My most favorite game
that you've played since you've been in the NDL.
So I'm going to throw it all the way back to my first season when I was UTSA, and I played IROCA in. I have no idea
bowl
what
game
it was.
It was the bowl game. Yeah, I remember.
And I think I won that because he went for 2 and didn't get it. or I went for 2 and I did get. I forget which one it was. And I'm an old man, so it's been like 2 years now. But that was such a back and forth, and that was with Ashton Genty, and
Yep.
y'all were. I think he was live on Outliers.
He was. That's how I remember it. That's how I remember it because he
started. I think I took like a 14-0 lead, and he got real quiet.
He did.
Like he was chatting, and he was like, "Yeah, we're playing the game." Oh, that happened. Okay. He got real quiet.
He got real locked in. We ended up, after we stopped recording, we ended up all still being in there watching the game. Me and Sammy was watching him play you. And it was fun. It was fun. That was a fun moment right there.
Man, that was an all gas, no brakes game, and
yes,
trying to deal with. And I think he had 400 yards rushing, and I would be livid if I had 400 yards rushing and lost.
Yes, he did. He had about 400 and lost.
But I think that's what it was. I went for 2 because I was like, I can't keep shutting Genty down. In overtime, he's just going to be able to break off 25-yard runs. Oh,
wow. And so,
that would definitely be it.
My last question for you is, in War Games, what the hell were you thinking drafting me?
That was so Pat and I were in the DMs going through who we were drafting, and
did you say I feel sorry for this guy because he's probably going to be the last pick, and let's just throw him on the team?
No. I may have thought you were somebody different.
Oh shit!
I went 3-1 by the way. Just
oh shit!
Just so we know, I went 3-1 by the way.
I think at the time I thought you were. I think I confused UConn DiRiccio with Doc. honest answer.
Wow.
Just full truth right there.
But I guess if you're gonna confuse me with somebody, at least he's good looking, right?
So
he he's on a winning team. Like I can get behind that.
To give you some support and some solace in all this, you were actually Pat's pick. So Pat was like, I think we should go with Doc. And I was like, oh yeah, he does great at UConn. And so I picked you. But so Pat is who you should really ask.
Yeah.
Because he actually supported you, and he was like, that's my guy at this pick.
Yeah, so
I'm not gonna lie. I was burnt out on the game, so I forgot who I was even drafted by.
But I'll tell you, I came through in the clutch though.
You did.
That's all I'm gonna say.
You did. You showed up.
I won some games, so and nobody was more surprised than me, aka Dave Rico. So, but yeah, that's awesome.
No, I wasn't expecting that question.
My gosh,
I'd forgotten all about War Games.
That as soon when he said Mort was going to be on the show, I'm like, I'm asking that question because I want to know, and now I know. It's a little late to text Dave tonight, so I'll be texting him tomorrow saying, hey, they confused me with you, just so you know.
Well, let's get into the Block 3 preview. We have a few games to pick here. We're going to give you the totals of last week and this week, next week, because games got played over the last 24 hours. So, yeah.
3-1.
You probably was.
It was 3-1. And those guys were 1.
Chip. Yes.
So they're
All right. So as you heard it, the whisper there from Doc, those are the standings right there. The first game we're going to preview is FIU versus Troy. That is Duvitt versus Nadal. Who do you got winning this game?
I got Duvid.
I got Nate Dogg.
Yeah.
I got Duvid. He impressed me after FAU. He definitely did.
I got to go with my SBC buddy, an undefeated Nate Dogg. I just think he's
I think it's going to be a good game. I don't know enough about Nadog to say, but I mean, we all know what Duvid can do, and so I'm going. That's why I'm going that route.
Yeah, and Duvid impressed me by completely dismantling FAU. So I'm going with FIU there. The next game we got is a military classic. We have Air Force versus Navy. That is Razorback versus Steam. Who do you have winning this matchup?
I have Navy.
That's a tough one for me because I feel like Steam has struggled with Navy some so far. And hasn't Air Force hasn't he been doing okay? No, he's 0-1.
Yeah.
Is that why is he not playing his games?
It may be a scheduling issue with the other guy.
Yeah, because I don't think Nevada has played many games either.
Yeah, he just kind of got back into the game, so he's probably got to get some. I know he posted in the Mountain West, in the Pac-12 that he's ready to play some games. So
I wanted to go with Razorback, but I'm going to have to go with Steam just due to inactivity from poor Razorback.
All right. Then next we got Coastal versus Georgia Southern. Who do you got, Vic?
I got Georgia Southern.
That's C Nasty, right?
Yeah.
Or Georgia State.
I know it's C Nasty. He's Georgia Southern.
Okay. Yeah. Those victim is Georgia State. Yeah. No, I'm going with Georgia Southern. C Nasty's he's solid, and that team is pretty good for G6.
I am going Coastal. I think that if he doesn't slow down Gary's passing game, it could be a long day for Georgia Southern. If he shuts it down, then it won't be a problem. But Gary can throw the rock with that team, and he does it very well. So this is kind of my upset pick, so to speak.
So I am just now learning that his name is Gary backwards.
Yes.
I've always wondered how to pronounce that.
Yes, that is it. Yes. I think we found that out last year. last season. I got Georgia Southern. Even though Coastal did also come off a good victory, they beat Michigan at the Big House.
Yeah.
So they're coming off an awesome win for a G16. No matter what you want to say about Michigan and all of that, they're still Michigan, and that other team is still Coastal Carolina at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So they did beat Michigan, and they are a formidable team. And his passing game has always been great. Always been great. But I feel like C. Nasty is going to stop that passing game.
And then we got Louisiana Tech versus Louisiana. I'm
Ooh.
I'm I'm going with Louisiana Tech, and and it's not anything against Louisiana. I, I stick to the same thing. When I see somebody that plays at the same school and they have that use, I'm always going to go with them. So I'm taking bare ass and Louisiana Tech.
More, who you got? Because we all know who I got.
This is a tough one for me because I think Jordan is the better user, but the speed that Louisiana Tech brings
Yeah,
on offense is so difficult to deal with, and that Louisiana team is just not fast.
agree.
Oh,
And for the record, I'm taking Louisiana Tech. We all know why. Jordan is the better user. Good luck, Jordan. But it's Louisiana Tech all damn day.
I'm going Louisiana just officially. I'm going to believe in him. I'm going to support my guy. So Raging Cajuns. Sorry, Vic.
And
But I do love me some Sonny Cumby.
just a little peek under the hood. I believe Jordan will be our guest next week, so he'll be able to talk about this game.
He will. He will.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll be talking about his losing effort.
All right, we got up next North Texas versus Charlotte.
I got North Texas.
Texas here. Yeah.
My guy Jaheim White will have a fucking day.
Now, I say this, and I say it because I believe, and I'm looking it up, so I'm just gonna say it anyway, even though I'm looking it up. I believe Charlotte is 2-1 since coming on.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, 2-1. So who did they beat?
They beat Texas fan.
Oh, that's a good win.
Which is a good win.
So you got South Florida as a win and Akron as a win, and they lost to App State.
Which I don't know.
Lost
We know
big
much
to
about
App State.
Tom.
And the coach's name is Corey Flick. He's a new guy.
Yeah.
We definitely want to spotlight some of the new guys here in these upcoming blocks.
Yeah.
Speaking of new guys, he did lose to Tom at App State, who is really underselling himself because his Twitch account name is Renegade Turtle.
Oh, he should have used that. He should have used that as his name.
Yeah.
Right?
Use that. Jesus, that is a name.
Renegade Turtle.
Turtle. Oh man. But yeah, North Texas will
no
be
shade towards the name Tom, but I mean Renegade Turtle in the NDL is so much better than Tom.
Yeah.
Facts.
It's like in Top Gun Maverick, what's your name? Bob. No, what's your call sign? Bob. You know, like
sidebar on that. Top Gun Maverick, top tier fucking movie.
Really? I didn't
Yes.
that great. But I find myself watching it every time that it's on Paramount on a Saturday afternoon when I'm not doing anything. And I just, but I guess because I'm so, like, I'm going to age myself here, but I was brought up on the original. Like, I saw the movie at the movie theater. The original.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Damn. I think that might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely age you a little bit. I think that movie came out when I was 1.
1986.
So Doc has a cane.
Came out.
1986.
I think so.
If it's 80s, no, we gotta fact check this now.
Are you?
That's what I'm doing right now.
Do you have double ARP?
Yes. I'm not a member, but they send mail to my house all the time.
You are on the mailing list.
1986. So I was 15 at the time.
1986, I was -2.
Yeah, no, I was 15.
I was -2.
Five right
Just-
here.
But you know what's funny is, us Generation X people, we still think we're 12.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's
But,
not.
but Top Gun Maverick is a top tier movie to me. Like, I've seen both of them. The scene with him and oh God, I'm forgetting his name, when they was in the office,
Yeah.
knowing that he died right not too long after that, yes, it hits. It hits. Because I seen the movie after he passed, and knowing that he passed not too long after they did that movie, and they sharing that emotional scene, that shit hits so different.
Yeah. No, it was a good movie. It's like, I'm going to talk about old movies here, but like Lethal Weapon, like none of them were as good as the original. And so when you go back and you watch like older movies, you always compare everything to the original. And I always, like, I know Top Gun word for word from beginning to end. And that's how many times I've watched it, which is really sad. But it's it was such a good movie, and Top Gun Maverick, it's a good movie. It's just not the original. It's like The Godfather, right? 2 and 3 were never as good as the original.
Yeah, that's why they never made a Scarface too.
Yeah.
I have successfully fallen asleep during every Godfather.
What?
It couldn't hold my interest.
Oh man, such great movies.
Speaking of long movies, have y'all watched The Odyssey yet?
I have not. My wife keeps trying to get me
No.
to go, and I would rather watch Paint Dry because
No. It is a great watch as long as you can get through that first 30 minutes. You get through that first 30 minutes, you are locked in for 2 hours.
well, that's the problem. Is I'm normally sleeping by the first 30 minutes. So if the first 30 minutes of the movie is not good, I'm already sleeping. And I just find it hard to pay $10 to take a nap. I can do that at home for free.
10. I mean, if you're going to IMAX, you're like at 30.
Yeah, you're paying 30. Yeah, I was just about to say.
So we have a movie theater that on Tuesday nights it's $5 for any movie. And so we normally go on Tuesday nights. So I pay $5 to nap.
Nah, I went first weekend on a Saturday, had to pay like fucking $30, $40.
That's too rich for my blood.
See, now I had wanted to
plus
go see
20 for 2 drinks because I took a chick out on a date. 2 drinks and some popcorn. That was $20 additional dollars.
That's why you need to stop at the dollar store, man.
Hey, so you tell.
Stop at the dollar store beforehand if you're gonna eat candy.
Now it was just 2 drinks and a popcorn, not even gas.
Oof. Man, it's a
See, I'd forgotten, and now I'm looking up. I'm looking up seating.
But it was a great movie.
Still can't get I can't get further than the third row at an 11 o'clock midweek showing 3 weeks after it came out.
Wow.
For The Odyssey?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. No, it's a great. Like I said, it's not.
Nashville also, we've got one of the the IMAX ones, like the 70 millimeter or whatever.
Yeah, we got a couple of those too. But they try to overcharge on that one. We got the 4D IMAX RDX shit too, and that's them tickets like $40 a piece.
Wow, that's crazy. All right, so our next one.
The last game we got is Liberty and Sam Houston. Luke, who's the coach at Sam Houston, is a new guy going up against a wily old veteran at the age of 18 of MJ Kemp.
I mean, this would be a shock.
That made somebody laugh right there. I got somebody with that one.
So
I would be shocked. I would be shocked if Sam Houston came out with the win. Yeah.
Because also that Sam Houston team is not good.
no, but he
No.
only lost. He lost to Ball State by a point, and he beat Kent State by 41-7. So, 34. So those
Yeah,
are
he lost. He
he's one.
lost at one point. That one point was in overtime because he went for two.
Oh, well, heck yeah, good for him, man. Like that's awesome that he went for two. He went for the win. You got to respect that.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean I'm going to pick him. I'm going to go Liberty. But I respect the fact
Same.
that you went for the win. Like, I think that's awesome.
Same. I respect all of that, but definitely going Liberty Bippity on this
Yeah.
one.
That would be the upset of the season,
Man.
just off reputation alone.
All right, let's stop talking about this while I bet it.
So we're all Liberty.
Yeah, we're all Liberty.
All right. So
go ahead.
I'm just going to go into the top fives. So my top five, no particular order: Central Michigan, UConn, Liberty, UNLV, and Paxi finally made my top five. All of them.
I have the same exact top five.
I gotta, let's see. You're gonna have to bear with me for a second.
No worries. Take time.
It's not in order neither. You could just name five
teams.
schools. Yeah, that's all you can do.
Well, I'm trying to find my my top 25 because I had some G5s in there. Okay, all right. I'm gonna go with UNLV, NDSU, North Dakota State,
Okay.
Central Michigan, Memphis, and UConn.
All right. Can't go wrong on those ones. Those are good ones.
All right. And our two NDL short bets of the week. We didn't combine them together this time, so you're going to have to pick separately, or you can combine them in a parlay. But Doc has the Rice money line.
I do. And
who they going up against?
UTSA.
Wow. Man. Oh, we is testing the luck for real right now.
Yeah. So, do you guys you want to hear why I took that?
Go ahead. I'm
right.
dying to hear this.
Okay.
I'm dying to hear this.
So, let me just pull it up here real quick, and then I will explain my thought process to you.
So is this an upset y'all are picking?
This week I did pick an upset, and here's why. So it's plus 490, right? So I'm like, that's a pretty good one. With this, like, so Pat is 4-0, but he beat Quest by 3, Missouri State by 11, 14 to Texas State. His biggest win was Kenny State. So I think Priest could give him some problems. It's at Rice, and he doesn't have like big wins on a schedule where I feel like he should have big wins, if that makes sense. And maybe this is an upset, maybe it's not, but at 490 with the no impressive
You're
wins.
missing an O. You're missing an O. 4,900 plus
Oh,
4,900.
4,900. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. So it's worth the shot, right? Like, why not? because he's not blowing. I mean, he's an awesome coach. We all know that, and we all know he's probably going to win this game. But he's not blowing the doors off of teams that you would think that he should be blowing the doors off of. And maybe, just maybe, at Rice, Rice can catch him. And at plus 4,900, I'll take that on a $100 bet.
And that is a week 5 matchup, ladies and gentlemen. My bet has went up from when I originally picked it yesterday. I have Utah State plus 17 at the time, and it's now plus 19 and a half. So I would take the points for Utah State. I think it's going to be a close game. Black Rain, the former UNLV coach, is a tough user. He is a tough player to go against, defensive mentality, and I think he's going to make it close with Tim in Washington State. That is a week 6 matchup, Utah State versus Washington State. The spread is now 19 and a half.
19 and a half.
Yeah, I'm taking the 19 and a half.
All right.
What about the money line?
The money line is plus 1,900.
Not going to touch that one, huh?
No. No, I'm just touching the spread. But I feel like he can definitely cover that 19 and a half.
And then I did take a parlay this week. I took Jackson State, FIU, and Navy.
All money line?
Yep.
All right. So those are our NDL short bets of the week. If you had a bet, Mort, or you're placing a bet tomorrow morning, what bet? What you got your eyes on for the next block?
I haven't even looked at them, so I've been scrolling through, seeing if something jumps out at me. I noticed that I am now the underdog to James Madison.
Yeah, I saw that.
What's the money
I
line?
think so. My
I think it's plus 735, I believe.
That's
anybody who bets on Mort. This is my advice. Anybody who bets on Mort should take the opposite, like take the spread one way, take the money line the other. Whatever the underdog is, take the money line.
What week?
Week 5.
Any week.
Week 5.
No,
that
any week
matchup, the matchup he's talking about is week 5, I believe. Yeah, week 5. Now you're the favorite over James Madison. You're the favorite.
No?
Yeah. What I'm looking at right now,
Yeah, you're minus 735.
Yeah, you're minus 735. You're a 13-point favorite.
Wait a second. That's weird. I just looked at it and it just changed.
Yeah, you're the favorite now.
That's weird. These are all different lines than I was just looking at.
I know we kind of go after the G5 money line, but like when we do this, we go after the G5 teams. But what about Cal at plus 32-35 over Oregon? They're getting 20.
Oh yeah. I'll take the points. I'm taking that spread all day.
Yeah, I mean that Cal's getting 23 points. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm taking the spread. I probably wouldn't take the money line, but I'll take the spread for sure in the parlay.
I'll give those points.
Yeah, definitely give those points.
I'm thinking.
No, I give them away. I'll take Oregon.
Oh, wow. I'm taking the points.
Yeah. And I'm taking money line.
I mean, if you just like donating to charity.
Well, you never know. Hey,
you never know.
I bet on Coastal. I bet on you.
What about
bet on Memphis.
Wisconsin versus Oregon last year?
Well, that was 2 seasons ago.
2 seasons ago.
Yeah, Wisconsin. Then last year was Minnesota.
Minnesota, yes, thank you.
Whew, that was a game.
That was a game.
So like, there's two teams that you wouldn't think, would
Ever think?
yeah. So I'm going with MGR on that one, but that was
Okay, all right.
I saw that and I was just like, holy smokes. And then so as far as the pick'em goes, I'm 5-2 so far this season. Vic is 5-2, and our guests are 2-5. So hopefully, Mort, you can pick the guests up a little bit,
Yeah,
because
they've been
they're not
struggling.
shining at all. So
they're like that game that 1 year where they had somebody that was 6 and 7 at the leaderboard for most of the year. I was like, oh, okay. Well, we're gonna end it with the ball knower fact
well, we got
of
to
the
do
week.
the
What?
coach shout out of the week.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yep.
We do. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. My shout out of the week is it goes to Hubbard at UNLV. Being 4-0, putting up points like crazy, keeping points off the board. Um, I think he has a really good shot of winning the Mountain West, and so he's my shout out of the week.
My shout out of the week is to UF for that win over Oklahoma. That is a hell of a win. That is a statement making win right there. So shout out to you.
Can I give a shout out?
You can.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Crazy Train at Miami of Ohio. And just full props for 2 games. He came in and dominated Brady. He's 3-0, and he was down 20-3 to me in the fourth quarter and just never quit. Wow. And it's so
That's
easy
awesome.
when you're down 20-3 to just kind of mail it in or just start chucking the ball up and just creating more turnovers. And he just stayed locked in and stayed the course. And I had that late somewhere in the third quarter, he had a goal line stop at the 1-inch line. I stopped him on a 4th down. 4th and inches at the goal line, and I stopped him, and he still didn't quit after that. He still kept fighting.
Wow.
So shout out to Crazy Train.
Nice. It's nice to see the new coaches getting it,
Yeah.
I would
like
prefer
that.
he got it against somebody else, but yeah.
And because I think too, like, this league is built on the crazy trains of the world, the guys that come into this league and take Miami of Ohio, or even the you and I more, right? Like, we're playing in the G6, and I had a choice to play other places. I chose the G6 for where I drafted. So I think that this league is made up, and this league continues to be successful because people play in this area, and because these teams are hard to fill. But when you can find a person that, like Crazy Train, who can come in, not quit, having Miami of Ohio, and just play, I think that's awesome.
100%.
I don't think enough of I don't think enough is said about the guys that play in this sandbox. I really don't. I think we always look at, like the bigger teams, because, they're the shiny toy, but it's the guys that are down here that I think really make up the league and what it's all about.
Well, that's why I've always appreciated the Outliers show since I started in the league. It is a full weekly show dedicated to the portion of the league that usually gets overlooked because they're not competing for a national championship. They're not competing in that top 15 that everybody's, talking about, and the controversy there.
Yeah.
They're just fighting out in the mud for just a little glimmer of shine.
Yep.
And you guys give it to them.
Yeah. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. I'm proud to give him the little guy. Even though I've been at a big Power Four school, most of the Outliers pod, um, I still enjoy the G6s of the world. I still root for the G6s of the world. So that's why we did this show, and that's why we're going to continue to do the show.
Agreed.
Well, it's awesome. As a coach, I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
And we appreciate all the coaches in the G6. And now we head into the last segment of the day, which is the ball north fact of the day. Last week, I talked about true freshman winning the Heisman and the closest that happened. Now I'm going to flip it into championship status. There are two quarterbacks that led their teams as true freshmen to the national championship and won the national championship. Who are those two quarterbacks? One of them is recent.
Was Trevor Lawrence one?
That is one. Look at Mort. Look at Mort coming off the top rope. I see. That is one. And you guess the other.
True freshman quarterback, Natty.
So this is in my era, and I do know this. It was Jamie Holloway, Oklahoma. If I'm right, maybe.
I think you got the last name right, but not the first name. It was Jamel Holloway.
Jamel Holloway. Okay. Well, I mean, I think that was an 84, 83, 84. Like
85.
85. Okay, well, I was getting ready to watch Top Gun. Like
I understand. But yeah, those are the only two true freshmen in history to lead their teams to a national championship. The story behind that is they both replaced guys. Jamel Holloway replaced. Who did Jamel Holloway replace? That's another question.
I don't know, but the only reason why I remember that is because I was a huge fan of Brian Bosworth, and he was there during the time, and they won the national championship in '86 against Colorado, '85 against Colorado.
They won the national championship in '85 against I think Miami or somebody
It
like
might have
that.
been Miami, yeah.
But in the fun fact of itself, Jamel Holloway replaced Troy Aikman at quarterback.
Holy shit. Troy Aikman?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I guess so, yeah. Because he came out in '85. Because then Emmitt Smith came out in '86. And then
Troy Aikman was a freshman in '85, and he was a starting quarterback. He committed to Oklahoma. They was going to change up the offense.
Yeah, okay.
He transferred. Yeah, he transferred because they was going to transition out of the wishbone for Troy Aikman because he wasn't much of a wishbone quarterback. But they were still they were still running it a little bit, and he got hurt. I think the first or second game, and Jamel Holloway led them the rest of the way to the national championship. Trevor Lawrence replaced. I know his last name was Brian, but I can't remember his first name. But Brian was the senior, and they let him start like the first game, and he struggled, and then Trevor Lawrence led the way out.
State in '85.
That's what they beat.
Yeah. Keith Jackson was also on that team.
Yes. Keith Jackson was on the team. Yeah.
So
I just because I looked him up, Jamel Holloway, his passing stats for that national championship freshman year for the season, 27 of 64 for 608 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, they didn't throw the ball that
much. Because they was running a wishbone back then.
I remember that defense, man. That defense was fantastic. That Oklahoma defense.
Do you guys ever think that style of offense will ever come back in any type of version?
No.
No, it's just too condensed.
It's too much space for now.
It's the defense now is too strong and too athletic that I think it's just too condensed of an offense.
It would get blown up way more now than it would back then. Everybody was smaller,
Yeah.
a little bit slower. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I agree
yeah.
with Mort on that.
Yeah, it's a fascinating time when I look back at old games and see somebody running the triple option or the wishbone or the flex bone or whatever. And it's just like, that shit was successful. Like your quarterback threw for 500 to 1,000 yards a season, and you went 11-0. Like what?
Well, you just see everybody's wearing cardboard boxes that look like pads, and they just look so unathletic when you compare it to what we've seen the last 20 years.
Yeah.
When you see football from 1985, the fitness is just so different.
Yeah.
Like those guys were drinking beer after practice while they were still on the field.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean,
now they're taking peptides while they're after they come off the field.
And my second question to parlay that, how fast would guys back then be now? Like the Herschel Walkers, the Bo Jacksons, the Deions. Like, just think of how fast they would be now.
Bo Jackson, if he was today, would just, I mean, again, I grew up watching Bo Jackson. I remember him throwing Harold Reynolds out off the left field wall and just being in awe. The balls he would catch running up the fence at Kauffman Stadium, the home run that he hit in the All-Star game, just watching him, watching the way he ran over people in Oakland. And I can only imagine with everything that is out there today, how much better of an athlete he would be. And I say that, and I just can't imagine because he was probably the greatest athlete I've ever seen. So
it's like, would he, like, when I think of Bo Jackson and the physicality that he showed with the athleticism, is he just a faster Derrick Henry? Like an even more explosive Derrick Henry?
see, I hate saying this, but I mean,
Yes.
yeah, but like he would, like watching him in real time, and like I'll never forget the day that he ran over that guy from Cincinnati, and it was like nothing. He ran him over and just he never broke stride. Like it's like nothing I've ever like. It was like the Kool-Aid man going through the wall and just continuing to run and never slowing down, not being off stride, none of it. Just boom, right over top of him and just kept going. And I don't think he lost speed. There'll never be another athlete like Bo Jackson ever. To do what he did in both sports, the way he did it, you'll never see that ever again.
True. That's the one thing like I think about sometimes too, because like Mort said, people did have them cardboards for pads and everything was so bulky and you had the neck rolls and all that shit. And it's like, man, how fast would some of these players be today if they was coming out today? Like, I feel like Herschel Walker would rush for 20,000 yards.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Dion would have picked every pass off. It's just like if they had today's medicine and today's technology and everything like that for the speed and the athletic ability that they already had back then, man.
So going into the NFL Combine, Bo Jackson weighed 230 pounds. He ran a laser 4.13 at 230. He was hand clocked anywhere between 3.9 and 4.0 at 230.
Dang, dang.
What does Nick Harbor run?
I don't have his 40. They don't really clock 40s at in college while you're in college. They just do like unofficial 40s and they'll just put them in the guide.
Like, he's not a great receiver. Like, he's way more athleticism than he is a great receiver right now. But I'd be very curious what he is able to do when he gets to that combine.
Yeah, so it's 6'6", 240 pounds. He has been timed at 4.24 and 4.39 in his track times on splits.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. In college, they unofficially time you unless you run track, and then they can put the data behind it, like Doc just read out. But
Yeah.
if you're not doing track at all, they unofficially time you and just put it in the guide.
Yeah.
In the 100, he was clocked at a 10.1, and in the 200, a 20.2.
At 6'5", 240.
Yeah. And then his GPS numbers, during a team workout, he topped out at 23.8 miles an hour.
Jesus.
That's bananas.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
at that point, you're just a big dude, right? Like, you shouldn't be. So here's a guy that's 6'5", 240, running a 4.3. Here's Bo Jackson, who's 6 foot, 230, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, running a sub 4 unofficially.
Yeah,
But he ran a
he
4.1 laser timed at the NFL Combine back then. A 4.1.
if he was in today's, he would run a
He would be
3.8.
sub 4, easy.
Yeah, he'll be up there.
Similar topic, but did you see that? I think it was the marathon, may have been the half marathon. They set a new world record for the marathon speed.
A lot of people got under 7 hours.
The dude did it in like a couple milliseconds. Like, he beat the record.
Wow.
But the record was held by a dude from the 80s.
Jeez.
And it was one of those that you break it down and go, so we've had 40 years of technology, of shoe technology, of nutrition, of all of this stuff. And this dude beat it by 0.03 of a second. Meanwhile, the dude in the 80s was like eating Fritos and chili before he went and ran a marathon.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying. Like, that's all I think about when I look at older games, like for all sports. It's just be like, man, if they had what we have now, they would be fucking amazing.
Yep. Drinking
More amazing
beer
than they already
before
be.
games and after games, and like just nuts. But
Well, we're gonna end it right there.
all right. And so just be aware, like when you put out these, like last week you had the Herschel Walker answer, and then this week you have the Oklahoma quarterback answer. When you get into the 80s, I pretty much know them because that was my time. So.
I remember that. And trust me, I am going to remember that, sir.
Jamie, but
you good. No, you good. You got the answer because I understand. It was,
I couldn't remember. I knew his last name.
Yeah, no, you good. You got the answer. Both of y'all got the answer. So, I mean, we finally got one today.
Virtual high five, Doc.
Yep.
Virtual high five.
We got the answers today. Yeah.
High five. I don't want to upset who's the Washington quarterback.
So closing thoughts for me are just, again, thanks. Welcome to all the new coaches that have joined the G6. We're glad to have you. Glad that these teams are starting to get filled up. And for everybody else who just plays in the G6 and makes the league what it is, it's much appreciated. And get your games in, and you have about 3 hours left to vote, depending on where you are in the world today. So get your votes in. Anybody else got any closing thoughts?
No, sir. We can end it right there.
All right. Sounds good. And we will be back next week.
See you guys next week.
Take it easy.